অনেক ধন্যবাদ তারিখকে সম্মানিত উপস্থিতি অনুষ্ঠানের এ পর্যায়ে স্বাধীনতা বিষয়ক বক্তব্য প্রদান করার জন্য আমি বিনীতভাবে অনুরোধ জানাচ্ছি জনাব শিপন মিত্রকে। জনাব শিপন মিত্র, প্রভাষক, নারায়ণগঞ্জ ক্যাম্বিয়ান স্কুল অ্যান্ড কলেজ।
Here present, Honorable Principal Sir, Mr. M.A. Kayan, and all other my estimable colleagues, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. And I would like to convey my heartiest congratulations to you on this 50th golden anniversary of independence of Bangladesh. And I would like to also express my heartfelt gratitude to the entire team who have arranged this program today, and then to you once again for giving me an year now. It's a great privilege for me to be addressed here before such lovely personnel. Thank you very much for inviting me here today. From colonial times, the world has witnessed many movements, many revolutions which brought enormous changes in social, political and economic dynamics of the world as well as in the lives of common people. 26 March, it was such a beginning for establishing the rights of the people of Bengal that time. Today is March 26, the Golden Jubilee of Independence, a day of profound joy as well as heartfelt sorrows. It is a day of profound joy because we achieved our independence on this very day, and also it is a day for heartfelt sorrows because we lost many of our torch bearers for the noble cause of independence. That's why 26 March is not only a day for us, but also a history of bloodshed, of tortures inflicted by the armed forces of Pakistan upon the unarmed, innocent and helpless Bengalis. So we can say the independence of Bangladesh didn't came automatically. For this, the people of Bengal had to undergo unexpressed sufferings and the agony of losing their family members, neighbors, friends, close relatives in the liberation war. Through different movements, the independence of Bangladesh came slowly as snow falls in winter, little by little. But if we want to speak of independence, we cannot but look back into the past because our past is full of such revolutions, movements. If we talk about the language movement of 1952, what we say? We become astonished learning how decisively the government of Pakistan wanted to demolish us regarding the language we speak just within 5 years of its independence from the British colonial rule in 1947. And then stated by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the declaration of the state language one after another, and then Zulfikar Bhutto, all the things that came gradually one after another actually made us stunned. And we, the Bengalis, fought for the language that time in 1952. And there were 4 other languages except Bangla that time in West Pakistan. But the speakers of Bangla, the speakers of those languages just became upset knowing that their languages were given a second-class status. But it is Bangladesh from where the people of Bengal swooped over and protested against the declaration of Pakistan. And then if we talk about the other movements, one after another, the movements of 1962, the movements of 1966, and the movements of mass movement of 1969, all these movements contributed much to the independence of Bangladesh. But the last thing that I must mention is the election of 1970. In the election of 1970, the Awami League won a clear majority. After winning, in spite of winning a clear majority, in that election, the power of parliament, the power of ruling the country was not handed over to the ruling party, to the winning party basically. And the agitation, the dissatisfaction of the winning party at the end turned into a movement. We know it very well. But when the people of Bengal came to know that it's not possible to get the power to rule the country without giving away their lives, they actually mobilized and they stood in the liberation war. But before this, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto conspired with Yahya Khan that no, we should not hand over the power of running a country to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, because Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman that time was accused of treason. And for this accusation, he was basically held the first defendant, especially convict of the Agartala conspiracy case that time. And for this reason, he was not given the power of ruling the country. But the people of Bengal didn't bear it up. They got together and fought together as well. Amid this, on March 7, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman gave his famous speech, known as the 7 March speech, at the racecourse, from where he called for a non-cooperation movement. And after this announcement, attack and counter-attack began. Pakistani authorities rounded up the Bengali armed force officers, the NCOs, and the enlisted personnel, and all the other important personalities of West Pakistan. Forced disappearances went rampant. Amid these, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman wanted to have a negotiation with the person in the chair, that means Yahya Khan. But the ruling party of that time didn't come for any negotiation. And then we know what happened on the night of 25 March. The Pakistani armies spilled out to the streets of Dhaka and launched Operation Searchlight. And there they killed several hundreds of innocent, helpless, unarmed people, including men, women, children, captured the intellectuals, and they made the roads of the Dhaka street awash by the blood of those people. And finally, he got arrested, but before his arrest, he declared the independence of Bangladesh. And the declaration that he made, then I would like to read out before you. That may be my last message. From today, Bangladesh is independent. I call upon the people of Bangladesh, wherever you live, with all your support, continue to oppose the occupation army. Let the last Pakistani military out of the soil of Bangladesh and continue your war till the final victory is achieved. Shortly after this declaration made by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, another declaration came out from Major Jia. His declaration was like, I, Major Jia, the Provincial Commander-in-Chief of Bangladesh Liberation Army, declare independence of Bangladesh on behalf of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. I also declare that we have formed a sovereign and lawful government under Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, which is committed to continuing by the law and the constitution. And after these two declarations, one after another, the people of Bengal, basically their Chattogram and the guerrilla struggle supported by India officially began. The speech of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman on 7 March mobilized the people of Bengal, and they took part in the liberation war of Bengal. At one point, this liberation movement caused the deaths of 3 million people all over the country. Also caused the loss of chastity of about 2 lakh women known as Branganas in the history of Bangladesh. And finally, these very two causes, one is the loss of chastity, another is the blood of those 3 million people have made way to independence, ending the war on 16 December 1972. And we know it very well from this time. Today is 21st, 20 and 21. We are standing here and we can know the difference what was made within these 50 years of our independence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for calling me here. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.